What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends? This is Coach E on behalf of Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep. We are accepting new clients on both sides. Now, on that personal training side, we are located at Fit Circuit. That is 22141 Rockside Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio, 44146. Now, we do offer one-on-one personal training, group training, one-on-one boxing cardio class. That is noon every Saturday, sports-specific training, and weight loss. On that meal side, we do offer personalized meal prep, catering, charcuterie boards, fresh fruit and vegetable juicing. Now, for us to get in touch with you and for you to get in touch with us, reach out to us on www.perfecttimefitness.com and sign up for those things previously mentioned. We are waiting to hear from you and can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for reaching out in advance. Peace.
Break.
One, and two, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. That's how you knock out a quick set, B. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me finish my workout. Now I can welcome you into another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness. You know what I was just doing. With your boy, Coach E, local neighborhood high school football coach, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school track coach. Also, most importantly, head trainer, co-CEO at Perfect Time Fitness, www.perfecttimefitness.com. You can get this podcast from here if you're listening on the go, iPhone, Apple, or wherever you get your podcast from. Download that thing or go to YouTube, watch every episode. You can see me finishing my set, and you can also see B not doing his set. It's been on him for 10 years. He still ain't finished his damn set. But, anyway, now that we got all that stuff out the way, I do this thing with two assistant coaches on the left and my right, left-hand side. I got Zen. What's going on, Cheese Zen? Boy, you sure is cheesing, ain't you?
Oh, man, yo, you know this is yo, this is a visual, but it's also an audio format to this. And them noises that he was making.
The noises, right. What did he say? Oh, did he? He was like, oh, did he?
One diddy. Two diddy.
Like, what's happening here? Like, wait a minute.
If you listen and you're not sure what kind of set he was trying to finish up.
We are not in the same room. I repeat, we are not in the same room. No way.
Separate quadrants.
Oh, man.
Oh,
man.
Oh, man.
What's good,
Same
fellas?
thing. Yeah, people gonna turn that part down. Like,
my kids can't hear this.
You want some privacy? Yeah, I was about to put the lid of my laptop down. Let you finish.
Oh, I finished. Hey, this podcast is officially rated NC-17.
Officially.
Yeah, fellas, what's good?
On the right-hand side, I got us guy that's still ain't finished the set. B, when you gonna finish the set? Welcome, BC, to the weight room, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait till I get in private to finish my set. After all them noises, he's like, you about to get a talking to. You gonna get a talking to. Your wife go through this. You gonna be like, hey, what was you doing? Oh, man. Yeah, man. I got nothing, man. That was like Will Smith mind altering just erased my brain. So it's not your boy, but your favorite grown ass man, Mr. Taboo Timmons. And after that one, man, I don't know where we going with this one. So let's see where we end up.
Hey, hold on. I got one thing. B, you was just here. Zen, we had the Juneteenth cookout this weekend. B came through, right? So before you got here, B, I was on the ones and twos with my phone. You know, I'm Outkast head. Funky Ride came on. For all you Outkast fans out there know the Funky Ride song. And at the ending, y'all know the sounds and everything that be going on with the young lady, right? I'm talking about
those sounds.
Boy, we had that radio so loud, it was just like an awkward silence. Everybody was just looking at each other.
No.
The neighbor came out the house. I was like, oh, yeah, let me go ahead and change the song. Don't nobody need to hear this.
It's like an orgy at the end. Like,
dude, for like 3 minutes, though.
You're lucky you ain't come out in a robe. Like, I'm ready. What's going on? Yay.
Is it my turn yet?
Tequila. Oh, man, you had it blasted? Oh, man.
Because I forgot about that part, man. I went back to flipping the chicken, and she got loose with the orgasmic vibes. So it got crazy.
Oh, no. That happened after you flipped the chicken?
Yes. Yes, it did.
Don't be flicking the chicken in public, man. You can't be doing that. Oh, my goodness. Damn, I missed the fun. Man.
Unintentionally done. But we actually got a segue to what we going to kick things off with, man. So, look, I had to look up the name because, like you said, B, his official name to me is Tariq St. Patrick. But he goes by the name of Michael Rainey Jr. And so, you know, he's the star of Saved by the Bell, the college years, drug dealer edition.
I was like, he was? Look at me. He was? I don't remember him on that show.
With Zach Morris, that's his henchman.
That's what's the dude's name? Giovanni?
Giovanni.
Yeah. But no, seriously, he the star of what is it? The Power of what is this
Book
Power
2.
spinoff?
Power 2.
Book 2.
Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's the star of that, and you know, recently he was on a live stream. I don't know who it is. So many people doing so much stuff on the internet these days. I can't tell you who exactly this person was, but he was at somebody's house and on their live stream, I guess trying to do his version of Kai Cenat. And the dude's sister comes in. There's some kids in the room blocking it, so you can't fully see what's going on, but you can pretty much figure things out. And from everything that went down and from the statement that he gave afterwards is that she went on ahead and got her a handful. You know what I'm saying? She went on down south and decided to get her a handful of meat.
Mm-hmm. Choked the chicken.
So, yeah, it had him feeling a little ways. They said he left the live stream like 20 minutes later. He put out a statement. I should look up his statement real quick. Let me look up his statement because, and pretty much what he said was, if the roles had been reversed, things would have been different. And, you know, he's still trying to process, you know, yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Let me quote him right. Let me be accurate. Here it is. What did he? So his statement. Okay. I'm gonna try to find the. Okay, at this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. I am still in shock and don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way, and I can't take it lightly because I know I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. Now, 50 Cent seemed to kind of blow it off when asked about it. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all fellas. I'm kind of in 50 Cent's camp. I'm not necessarily in the camp where this is a big deal. But I am open to your arguments and see if y'all can convince me otherwise. So who want to grab the mic first on this one?
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Is that an
Oh
innuendo?
yeah, yeah.
Pause,
Dang.
Is
man.
Woo,
that an
woo.
Pause. Hold
innuendo?
on, Diddy.
Pause. Not all Diddy, no Diddy. I'm the
Hold
no
on,
Diddy.
Diddy. Diddy's everywhere, man. Surrounded by Diddy's. All
No.
right, you want to take this one? You want me to take this?
Yeah, I'll take the first one, man. I'll set it off Queen Latifah style.
One? Okay.
The thing is, we all know that if this was a woman, it would be totally different, especially because it was kids in the room too. So it would be a mad big deal and a mad case for a young man, whoever did that to the young lady. But, secretly in a man's mind, they be wanting that to happen. So that's the other side of it. He was extremely happy. He was just embarrassed because it probably was somebody that he didn't want to do it. And this, you could tell, is one of them New York famous people online mugs, but I don't know him. Just like you said, Zen, never seen him before at all. So kudos to him for getting that episode because he done blew up off of this shit. So go ahead, holla at him. He about to blow up. Everybody about to watch a show just cause to see what happened and see what he all about. But it's just a double standard thing. But women know damn well that they can get away with this because sexual harassment against a man is just not a big thing in America or the world. So it sucks to be a man in that situation because if you come out and say something, the men gonna be like, "Oh man, shut up! You a bitch. You supposed to like her to do that to you. You supposed to like her to take advantage of a man and all that." But then, like I said before, if it was a woman the other way, oh, how could he do that? He wasn't raised right. He's mistreating women, and the sexual assault against women has to stop. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation for a man. But to each his own. He looked like he enjoyed it. He was just embarrassed and caught off guard that she reached around and greased his meat pole.
What say you,
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
Taboo Timmons?
Well, he hit the nail on the head. First of all, like he said, in the back, I thought it was in the back of only my mind. So it's good to see other males are pretty perverted, such as myself. Like you do want that to happen. You know what I mean? You do want them to just reach on up and reach and get the buffet. Reach on into the candy jar. But it made me think of something though. So like you said, Zen, you ain't don't mind it too much. But if you was sitting at your job at such and such, and one of the coworkers just walked up and start grabbing your meat at work through your pants, would you enjoy it? Or would you be like, whoa, what's this? What you doing?
Just
Would you
about
be
with
offended?
anything. Yeah, just about with anything, there's a time and a place. That right
Exactly.
there, in that particular situation, that scenario, I'm like, man, dude, stop acting like
Like a
I'm not
bitch.
trying to disparage him. Yeah, I'm trying not to.
He's
But
shocked.
dude,
It's the
like
shock.
man, it is going on. He over here folding up, making all types of faces. I'm like, and then didn't say a word. Just was mum. I'm like, dude, you being the star of this show for however long, man, you've had to have crazy fan interactions, man. I don't tell me this is how you held yourself or purported yourself in these situations before. I'm like, dude, just like, oh, chill. Like, nah, that ain't going down like that. Like, man,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or like, hey, man, get your sister or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All types of stuff. He acting like it, man. I don't know what to do. Like, and so that's my whole thing. Yeah, there's a time and a place for it. And like you said, there's double standards. And
Right.
crazy thing about it is, I'm cool with it being double standards. I think we've had a conversation before when we talked about the Snoop Dogg thing, and we was like, when Snoop Dogg is like, would it be us? Would we do it? Be like, hell yeah. Be like, man, would we want our girls to do it? Hell no. Like, man,
Right.
it is what it is, man. It's life. We're men, they're women. There's gonna be certain things that's they're gonna be able to do that we can't do, and vice versa. It's just, let's get over that whole thing. Like, if the roles were reversed, yeah, if the roles were reversed, yes, you will be in big trouble. You not
Yeah,
afforded that luxury. That's cool. I accept that. Like, man,
yeah, because he
that's why.
probably. I mean,
Because
he probably was excited though. He probably did get
I don't
excited,
think so.
and then
I
but I always kind of question his sexuality though. I
Whoa,
ain't.
this
I'm gonna
is
be
new
real.
right here.
I'm gonna be
This is
real. I
new.
would
Right.
some of the pictures. I actually had to look up like who was he dating after I seen this. You know what I mean? Because the reaction is like ew. You know what I mean? It's like ew. So it's like I mean ew. But okay, it looked like he dating some people. But I can kind of feel it because you know, it kind of go back to like teachers too, right? So you hear these stories about older male teachers with younger female students. Oh, he's a pervert, he's a pedophile, yada yada yada. Roles reverse, it'd be like, oh yeah, that's cool, that teacher. But no, it's not okay. And if it was your son with a teacher, you know what I mean? Would you be salty? Would you be cheering it on? Would you be how would you feel? How would you guys feel?
Oh, you
That's
ask. Look, as a person with no kids, I'm gonna hold
Now I'm
off
talking
on
about
that
as
one.
if you had kids or somebody you know. I mean, one of your family members, your nephew, anybody. You know what I mean? If y'all had that situation, how would you feel? Would you root it on? Is
Man,
it still cool? Now that's
look,
your son or your
how much
nephew.
how much information do I divulge on this topic? Because that actually hits close to home, and
Mm.
I don't know how to
Mm.
if I want to divulge that information. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
Coach E while I ponder on that one. Go ahead,
Okay.
Coach E.
I didn't already pondered on it, and I'm not divulging the information for parties to remain nameless. But it's just that's kind of hard to say because, like I just said, as a man, you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, son, you got the cougars after you." But then if it's your daughter, you want to go up to the school and put your hands on a young man. So it's still going to be the double standard,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's close to home or away from home. It's just going to be a bigger double standard at home.
Now, the double standard for me kind of go away because that was a fantasy as a young man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah,
That's what I'm
some
saying.
teachers I saw. I was like, yeah. But then
At
when you get to
Warrensville, there was some teachers. There was
early
none.
Warrensville, I ain't gonna name no
Okay,
names. It was definitely one in
give me a grade. Give
at
me a
junior
grade
high.
if I was in the
Seventh
same grade
grade.
with
Seventh grade. I was like, ooh,
Miss
math.
Trinidad.
nah. Yeah. I want to say English.
Real.
Right. I want to
Oh,
say
okay.
English.
Okay.
I don't
All
think he
right.
was in that class. I don't think he was in that
Judging from
one.
that
I
I
want
know
to
who
response,
say
it
my
English
don't
step.
look
though.
like it.
Yeah. It was just something about it. It was like, But then later on, having sons, thinking about the topic and the psychology of it. When you got a cougar or that age and you got a young man at that age and an older female, how you could be manipulated mentally.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Easy.
we started talking about that and I was like, oh, damn. Like the one who got the teacher pregnant and all that stuff. And he ended up being messed up in life, and it is a psychology because you're not really thinking clear. You know what I'm saying? It's all this stuff that can mess them up later on down the line or lead to some problems. So my perspective has definitely changed on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say this. I had a family member, this is a while ago, but when he was 15, he used to came to find out years later, didn't
Mm-hmm.
find, but he used to mess with a 30-year-old as a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like you say, if it was a female, like, hey, you getting blindsided, you would like to think the 15-year-old would be a little more up on game, but you're right, man. They'll be getting manipulated, and taken advantage of as well too, and they just don't know it because we men we gonna be all gamed and all for it, so they
Mm-hmm.
don't know what what we'll be walking into. So yeah, you're right. But on the Tariq thing, that double standard, I'm with you. The Tariq thing, that double standard. I don't want to. I'm like, dude, man,
He was
it's
sexually
okay.
assaulted. He was sexually assaulted, man.
No, that
He was
literally
They
is
are
the
on Trump stuff.
definition.
they are calling that. That is.
Yeah.
That's
The
the
Trump
definition.
reversed. He said, grab him by
Yeah.
the booty. That's
But
these women
yeah,
these days, man. So these women aggressive. Sexy Reds and what's that girl? Glorilla. They'll take
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Like,
Hallelujah.
man, has anybody ever been like turned off by an aggressive woman?
Oh no.
Nah, not that I know
Oh
of.
You know
no.
what I'm saying?
Take it.
There you go, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, man, they making a big deal. Like, I'm like, we can handle ourselves in those situations. It ain't gonna get carried away. Like, it's not. But as the roles were reversed, the reason
Yeah.
being is you're a much stronger person. Like, if you was to do that to her, she can't ward you off quite the same as you can do it for yourself. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm like, dude, just stand up for yourself and keep it moving. Like, it's whatever.
He said, ew.
So that's the only thing that got me with that one, fellas. That's all I want to say
I
on
got
So basically, you
I got
telling him he needs to be George Zimmerman and stand his ground.
you.
it. Not quite like that, but
Man, they put her down. They gotta eat post game word. You gotta take it. And don't let it get took. Put her down. Any means necessary. One more thing, man. How old was the girl, man? Last thing, man, before we
now
I
the
move.
never
report
saw
started
it.
like 20, early 20s, like 21, 22. That's what
Okay, so she is of age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Felony.
All right.
No.
In the state of New York, son, that's a felony, son.
You know, New York do got some crazy laws. Bro.
Crazy.
Look, Rikers Island, the stories I've heard. So, hey, that's no place you want to be. All right. All right. So let's go ahead. You know, we did a little slight departure from our normal, but let's go ahead and jump into some sports. So, you know, this week is the NBA draft, and it's kind of funny. Nobody's talking about who's going number one. Look, my Atlanta Hawks, you know, they got the number one draft pick. Nobody cares. Like,
Nobody cares.
They have
the
been
city
shunned.
is not. Yeah, the city is not like who. Yeah, can't wait till. They like, man, who are we drafting? Like, man, like, so basically, this draft, because there are no top tier names, no quote unquote generational talents to be named as of yet. You know, of course, somewhere on down the line, we're gonna hear a few names trickle out of this draft. But as of right now, it doesn't look like there's nothing to get excited about. So the attention has turned to one, LeBron James Jr. And as someone that was projected to be a second round draft pick, it's a lot of work going on, fellas. So first, I want to know, what do y'all think? Should he have went back to college for one more season, or is he doing the right thing by keeping his name in the draft? And then second, will the influence, most importantly, will the influence of his father, who's been talking about him for feels like at least a decade now, will the influence of his father and the influence of his father's agent, Rich Paul, who's been out here working the circuit hard. I done seen Rich Paul on more interviews this past week talking about Bronny and what he gonna do for Bronny, or what the expectations from that he expect from teams to do when handling Bronny. It's crazy. So with the influence of his father and Rich Paul, will that make a team, convince a team that many people have pegged as a second round talent, go ahead and somewhere in the first round pick him to where he's going to get a guaranteed contract for the first 4 years? Or if he's as Rich Paul says, if he happens to be a second round draft pick, he's like, we're not doing any two-way contracts. You're not sending them, whereas it's part G League, part with the team. He's like, if you drafted him, you're going to develop him in the NBA. So I want to know
Oh
all this,
man.
this buzz, all this talk. Will that influence? Does Rich Paul, who is the number one agent in the game, does he have that pull? Will the number one draw in the NBA, does he still at the age where he will be 40? Does he still have that draw to be able to pull strings like this? We just seen Brian get JJ Redick the head coaching job. Can he get his son to be a first round draft pick in the NBA?
I went first on the first one, B. You got to go first on this one. I need to hear it.
Man, this is crazy, man. Rich Paul is such a ballsy MFer. Oh my goodness. But this is the man who got Tristan Thompson paid and all these guys paid, plus Brian James. That bargaining chip is so big. Somebody's gonna draft him. It's either gonna be, in my opinion, the Cavaliers at 20 or the Lakers at what, 17, 18? What the Lakers pick?
Look, good question, B.
They like it 17, I think. Let me see. One of the two is gonna draft him because, and my thing, I'm thinking it's gonna
17 and
be
55.
the Lakers. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be the Lakers because they want to obviously keep King James, the GOAT. You know, they want to keep him. What not a better way? We hired your coaching pick, your podcast mate. We got drafted your son. Now put your name on the damn line. And then he retires a Laker, you know, for another 3 years. Sad day, in my opinion. Because then on the flip side, if he is still on the board, do the Cavs draft him? Because to me, you getting all this stuff around him, eventually he's going to be a good player. He's not a good player right now. He's not a good NBA player right now. The dude averaged 4.8 in college. It took him 3 games to score in college. I know he differs. My son B, Brian, he differs. Me and him had a battle about it. Bronny James Jr. Jr. is not ready for the NBA. And for this ballsy MFer, Rich Paul, Mr. Adele, to come in and say he don't even want him to go to the G League, to the developmental league, man, that's gutsy. That's gutsy. So now, what he gonna make him a starter? He gonna make the guys play him and give him minutes? A guy that's not ready right now? So man, and do you even waste a pick on him? It's so sad because yeah, we about to waste a pick on him. Luckily, ain't nobody in the draft, but you getting everything around it. So I think he gonna get drafted by the Lakers at 17 or the Cavaliers at 20.
But all right, real quick before you jump in, the Cavaliers at 20. Why? Why would the Cavaliers do it? They just hired JJ Redick. They know he's not coming back to Cleveland if you draft his son. So what's the purpose of the draft? I mean, the Cavs draft him at 20.
Because he still ain't signed on that. He still ain't signed on that dotted line. JJ Redick is his pick. But you know, sometimes friends can't coach friends. I'm
Oh
hoping
no.
I'm hoping that's gonna be the case. You know what I mean? He want to play with his son. You want to play with your son, or you want to be coached under your friend JJ Redick? Which was your priority?
See, this
If you
is
JJ
Homer
Redick,
Simpson
that
right
would
now,
kill my
Zen.
relationship with him. Huh?
This is Homer Simpson
go ahead.
speaking now, Zen.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay,
I'm speaking from a real standpoint. If the Cavaliers draft him, Brian said he wanted to play with his son. Brian could come back to Cleveland. Cleveland doesn't have a bad team, despite contrary to Evan's belief. We have a good team. We got a good squad. And then think about it. You bring in Brian, you draft Bronny, you bring in Brian, you deal Darius Garland, you sign Mitchell, you pick up some other pieces out there. You know, you got bums like Klay Thompson who you can, you know, you ain't got to pay a bunch of money. You can piece together a nice squad. You know what I'm saying? With Brian at the helm and a nice team. And then it's an opening spot, believe it or not, for Bronny to actually start. If you deal Garland, because, you know, unless you're going to put Mitchell at the point or he on at least come off the bench, it ain't nobody in the way because we ain't got a 2. Brian at the 3. So that's what I'm saying. This, yeah, you call it Homer Simpson, but it actually is a scenario that can help. It can happen.
But if you JJ Redick, you don't take that job without confirmation from Brian. You know, we doing this podcast together. You don't take this job and
Yeah,
say, okay, I'm coming on. I got confirmation from you already that you coming back. You got
yeah,
to. You got to. That's
yeah.
why I'm like,
But we
I
know that's happened before. Where they like, yeah, I'm coming back. What y'all say? Coming back from the bathroom. I'm
but
coming back. But then if the Lakers pull some crap, because ultimately it's a waste of a pick. If they pull some crap, because they projected to pick up a center. It's some center that they like if they don't get Bronny. That's what the mock drafts is saying. Now, don't ask me his name. I don't know. But if they pull some mess and be like, yo, we gave you your hire, but we want this center. And then Brian ain't signed on that line. It ain't no guarantee that he going. I mean, what would you do? You want to play with your son or you want to get your coach? What you want to do?
I think yeah, that's sounding real homerish because here it is. I'm in a business partnership with you, right? We doing this podcast thing together. I'm like, okay, I take this job, and then you gonna spurn me and leave
Yeah.
me empty handed after we done did this podcast, all this together. Like, man, where does this leave our business ties that we have going forward? All this types of stuff. Are you
Oh,
gonna do
Zen
all of
Caster?
this? No, no, no. I'm just saying, like, man, if you do me dirty like this, man, why would I trust trust to do business with you in the future? Like,
Wouldn't be the first time. I'm just saying. Wouldn't be the first time Brian did some stuff. I'm just saying. And it wouldn't be 100% on him if the Lakers turn around and don't draft Bronny and he on that board. I'm telling you, I got a feeling the Cavs gonna swoop him up. Just on the possibility to lure LeBron back to Cleveland to get a taste of that economy. Plus, LeBron still, you heard Ricky last week, he's still top of the league, top 5 at best. I mean, and it's a wide open spot for him because Max Strus didn't come through. Strus can come off the bench. Brian James start. Put your son in there at point guard. Hopefully, he can at least pass the ball. He'll be able to see the floor and run some plays at least. He can't score. No
save us,
jumper.
Coachy. Save us, Coachy.
Come on,
Save
Coach
us.
E.
I
What
was
you
just
got?
saying how long
Yeah,
we were
no,
gonna
James.
go with this because it just
3
keeps
left feet.
getting deeper and deeper in the feces circle. The more he keeps going. So I got a question, B. What, in your opinion, leads you to believe that he's not ready to be in the NBA? Are you just going
Because
off of the 4 points?
yeah, I'm going off his college play. Of course, that's all we got to see. His college play. Of course, I know Kyrie only played 9 games at Duke, and he came in and was a pretty good player. Was an almost great player. You know, hey, I feel it. But even at the combine, you mean to tell me he had a great combine where teams were like, "Oh yeah, this is the guy." Did you see a great combine?
He actually did have a great combine. He
That
actually
ain't what
did.
I'm hearing.
I don't know
I'm
who you're
hearing
talking to.
GMs. They were saying that the GMs were saying that it's all crazy, and I'm hearing the Lakers even want to deal their first round pick. They really don't want to even make that commitment. They want to trade it away for second round picks. So let's just see. Let me see. Let me just see.
Go
Bronny
ahead, Zan.
James
Nah, so
combine.
Coach E, do you if you're the Lakers, are you feeling pressure that you gotta make this happen to actually draft his son and make this father son Ken Griffey Senior thing happen, or do you do what's best for your team? Because do you see Bronny drafting Bronny James being the best for the Lakers moving forward? Is that's what they need to do in order to make their team a better team going into next season?
So I'm gonna start with that. Yes, they do feel like they have to do it because they know it is best for them right now. Every NBA team is living for the right now. No NBA team is building for the future. The I don't even know of a franchise that's like thinking futuristic right now. Everybody is trying to live in the right now, in the moment, because shit, look around the league how it goes. every coach gets fired like every 2 or 3 years if they not winning a championship or going to the Eastern or Western Conference Finals, you're losing your job. So you don't have no time to be sitting here compiling up picks and trying to do this and make good draft picks. And we all just sat here and said this draft is nothing to live or die for. You got randos all throughout the draft. It is some good, decent players. I'm not about to shit on all of them, but they are about to make a big step to go to the NBA. But there's really like no game changer guy that you're really sought after and hung up on trying to get. So why wouldn't you do that to help your team right now? And the way that's going to help the Lakers right now, once again, box office. It's LA. Everybody's worried about the box office. They are going to be a must-see team just because of that King Griffey Sr. and King Griffey Jr. element if that ever does happen, whether it be at 17 or 55. And hell, personally, I don't see why you would wait till 55 because what are you getting at 17 with this draft? You're not getting like you're not getting a clinging. You're not getting hell, whoever the hell else is in this damn draft. You're not getting that guy that's going to change your franchise right now. So why not
Hmm.
appease your number one guy, still the face of the league, still one of the biggest people that's drawing you the biggest money and dollars in your organization? And we don't know what they talked about. We have no idea. I'm pretty sure this JJ Redick thing and this Bronny Jr. thing is all tied together somehow of either in the future LeBron owning a piece of the Lakers or doing some kind of thing, a partnership with some kind of group that's involved in ownership with the Lakers that could possibly break off and be his partner for so he can own a team. You don't know what's going on with these dealings like that. Like Zen said, Rich is a good ass agent. And with Rich and Bron in the
Mm-hmm.
room together and Mav, throw all that in there together, that's a package deal that somebody is going to take a bite on some way, somehow in a real huge market in a big way. So this is just a piece of the puzzle. I keep iterating. He is one of the most calculated dudes of all time. Everything he does is for a reason. And then when stuff happens, people be like, oh, okay. He's been setting up shit like this his whole career. Even back in high school, he was calculated doing all this stuff. When he got suspended
Mm-hmm.
for the Hummer, showed up to the game with a little remote control Hummer, driving it around the court and everything. Dude, he knows what he's doing. That's I don't know who taught him all this stuff or where he learned it from. That's just let you know how special he is for him to like put all this stuff together. Yeah, he has help. He has a team, of course, but he's one of the biggest pieces of that team and he's one of the biggest orchestrators of that team. So, yes, I think it is in their best interest to do that because this is the perfect draft for it. And Bronny is a professional basketball player. He's not gonna be no college guy that puts up numbers and plus he had freaking cardiac arrest. He had to come in the season not in shape, not getting the minutes that he was supposed to
That's
get
true.
because he wasn't in shape. And hell, don't no university want to take no huge chance if something was to happen on the court. The USC was kind of like, yeah, I know we got to play you, but all right, here you go. They never took the handcuffs off him. And plus, a player like that's a pro in college, you are not going to see them be a good college player because that game doesn't fit the way that they play. He is he is a NBA pro. Not saying a 10-year All Star, but let me just throw some names at you right here. Uh, let's see here.
We about to get some comps that you potentially see for him
No,
being in
not
the NBA.
Comps in the
not
air.
necessarily comps, just people. Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso has been in the
Okay.
NBA for 7 years. Would you say Alex Caruso is sorry, or would you just say he's an NBA pro?
No,
He's
that's a
solid.
great example because he's solid, and that's what Bronny could be. But how was he in his first year or two? Caruso,
Average guy.
did he have to develop the average guy?
Every
Yeah, so that's what I'm
everybody
saying. He'll be average.
everybody has to develop to the NBA game unless you're that guy. Like the people that's
Yeah,
drafted in previous drafts, 1 through 10, because let's be honest, everything after 10, yeah, they're still good, but they still are kind of like on the bubble of being great in other people's eyes. They're gonna have to prove that
Mm-hmm.
they are that pick that they picked them at. But 1 through 10, those guys usually are shoe-ins to be good or great in the NBA. And another guy, let's see, Chris Dunn. A lot of people don't know who Chris Dunn is. He's a point guard that came out of where Providence.
Providence.
Yeah, Chicago. He in Chicago.
No, he's in Utah. He's been in the league for 8 years. That's what I'm saying. Is stuff like that that you go ahead.
He's been in and out. He's been in and
Yeah,
out of the league. He
absolutely.
ain't been it ain't been consistent.
At
I
all.
Yeah,
man, early
man.
this season he was in the G League. I saw him.
Right.
Like,
But I'm saying these
In this
the
8th
people
year.
that I'm naming, in my opinion, Bronny is better than these guys. And if these guys can last that long in the league, although it's being team to team and
I
everything,
can see where you're
they're
going.
still consummate pros and still playing the NBA game at a high level just because they're like the ninth guy on the bench. Dude, let them come to the YMCA and hoop against regular
They
dudes
gonna
or
destroy.
yeah, and you'll see
Yeah.
like, damn, that's why he in the NBA. This son of a bitch is good. So that's how I feel about Bronny. He's not going to be a 10-time All-Star. He's not going to be like the man nowhere, but he's going to be just a good pro just because that's how he was raised. That's all he saw. That's all he been around. Not just
Yeah.
his dad, but every environment, all his dad's friends, the D Wades of the world, the Chris Pauls of the world.
Mm-hmm.
He's been groomed and grown up with them and being around them and seeing everything that they do. You don't have no choice but to be a sponge, especially if you're that kid of that guy.
Student of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gonna be a student of the game. I'm not saying he ain't gonna end up. In fact, I think he gonna be better than all those guys you just mentioned.
Me too.
But one thing though, he needs is to go to the G League.
I don't think so.
Because just because of your special privilege, now it's like you kind of skipping ahead with the ones who are ready. Like you said, that guy, he's obviously not that guy. We both agree there. So why can't you develop in the G League? And that's only because of your dad. You gonna skip and bypass the G League.
Absolutely. I don't think he belongs in the G League at all. I think he's way better than guys in the G League.
How could you say that though?
Because
I mean, because guys like you said, those guys in the G League be killing. Like when you put them
Yeah.
against ordinary people. I remember
Absolutely.
hearing Doty, white dude with the box cut, was averaging like 2 points a game. Amani Bates, they go to the G League. They terrible in the NBA. They go to the G League and they kill because
No.
that's there for developmental, for them to get developed.
But I just don't see how that would help him, and I don't see how that would help the Lakers in the long run. That's like a two-way contract. It's gonna be games that he's gonna miss because he's gonna be at the G League, and that's gonna be a game that they're gonna be on the road. That's not gonna help merch. That's not gonna help ticket sales. It's not gonna do all that stuff. So especially TV contracts. TV contracts are about to go up. These local TVs are gonna throw everything at these franchises just to keep it on regular TV for their fans to watch, or else it's just gonna go to streaming, and they know they're gonna lose a lot of viewers. So these local TV stations like the Bally's, that's close to being out of business, they just got a whole bunch of money from Amazon to keep them open. They need that stuff. So this is a situation that can help these local TV stations and keep them on, and as well help the players with their salaries.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a problem with it though. I mean, you like, how's it gonna help? Well, how does it help the other guys that go to the G League? They go to the G League, get better. You said he's not ready right now to be that guy. So
He's never
you
going to be
taking
that guy.
away. I think he got potential to be that guy because he
He's
can shoot. He do got a nice shot. I'll say that.
he's going to be a good pro player. He's not going to be that guy. He's going to be a good guy around the team, good team guy, does all the other stuff, rebounds, assists, push the pace, hit the open jumper, create
Yeah.
his own shot, create shot for others. That's just a good consummate pro. I think that's what he is.
Because they also talking that the Lakers want to get a center to get Anthony Davis back at the 4. Because Anthony Davis crying about being at the 5. And supposedly Reddick, that's going to be one thing he wants to do is put Davis at the 4 where Davis is comfortable because he's soft batch and he want a 5. So they was looking at a couple guys. I know one was a guy named Ware that they was looking like, Khalil Ware, who's supposed to be a big
B,
boy,
stop bringing up
but
names because it's gonna bring up our ignorance to who's in this draft. Just say
And I'm
you was doing
ignorant.
good. I'm,
no, I'm just
it's
saying,
like
just a center.
a center.
For
There
Center
you
one
go.
or two. There you
Stop.
go.
Don't go too far off, brother. Don't go too far off.
It's two centers in this draft that I know of, and that's Klingon and the big, huge other dude from Purdue. Other than that,
Yeah.
don't know no other centers in this draft. But once
Yeah.
again, that's what I keep talking about, and I'm gonna answer that shot that you threw at me with the Cavaliers thing. Nobody has a center that's a center no more, except us. We have Jared Allen, and you see how far that gets us. I know you're gonna say he was
Yeah.
hurt. Yeah, because he
hurt.
does not need to play the way he plays. He just needs to be our
But your
rebounder.
hero,
That's it.
your hero Davis don't want to be at the 5 because he's too
not a
soft to
5.
play the 5.
He's not a 5.
Right.
But if you go small,
a big ass
he's gonna
small
be a
forward.
5. He has no choice.
He don't want to be the 5.
I don't care.
He wants a center.
No.
And I think Reddick's gonna want a center. He want a center.
Nobody.
They want to appease to Anthony Davis. He wants a center.
That's just not gonna happen.
Well, I think they gonna have to. Brian, come on home, man. See, you don't need to be out there.
See, that's the moral of his story right there, Zen. That's all he wants.
You got to appease. Cause I want Brian.
Why
you
would
don't
he-
want Brian?
Of course I do, but why in the shit would he come here? It's not helping nothing at all.
I think Bronny is the bargaining chip. So you saying? So wait, let me just get this straight. You saying if we draft Bronny, that Brian wouldn't come here? He gonna stay with the Lakers and JJ Redick?
Yes. Because I wholeheartedly believe that the Cavs are not even thinking about drafting Bronny for no reason whatsoever. They have no reason to do that.
For LeBron James, Sr. As if everybody gonna draft this second round guy.
Yeah.
Who's the owner?
We're talking about Daniel Gilbert.
Who's our owner?
Dan Gilbert.
And
they done kissed and made up since then.
Oh, sure. I'll save my comments for other topics.
It's about money, man. It's money. Brian James is money, man.
Yeah.
Dan Gilbert want that money.
Yeah. And so does Brian. The LA money. What the hell is he gonna do with Cleveland? Where is the Cleveland money? Where?
Man, it's called planes, trains, and automobiles, because you could travel in that goddamn podcast. We ain't even in the same room. We ain't in the same room. He can get on Zencaster with JJ Redick.
We also
and say, hey, that was a good game.
We also don't
have a good game you coached there, guy.
a couple $1 million budget. We don't have that.
Yeah, exactly. So you were feeding into my point. It could be even better, bigger and better. You can have a whole TV production. You can teleport over there in LA. Yeah, still ain't making no good movies. That damn terrible Space Jam. Hated that movie. I feel like calling my lawyer.
You telling me you didn't like the remake of House Party? Oh my God, what's wrong with you, B? All right.
He made me go watch the old Space Jam, and I enjoyed it after seeing the prime version. I hated Space Jam back in the day. It's like, damn, Tori, get back.
So real quick, let's touch on these head coaching moves. So first, let's talk about this JJ Redick situation. All right, so Brian has always tried to influence the head coaching situation. He said he prefers former players as his head coaches, but he seems to keep running through them. Whether it's Ty Lue, whether it's Darvin Ham, and now we got JJ Redick. Man, will Brian finally have the coach he has been looking for his whole entire career? Because nobody seems to stick. It's like 2 years and they gone. That's how it's been lately anyways.
No way. Nope, because Kenny Atkinson is his coach, first of all. Second of all, if JJ Redick is his coach, you can't, as a friend, you can't coach your friend, man. You can't come. You cool with all them kids, man? Like, has it ever been a kid that was your? No, I can't say that's your friend, but I mean, can your friend coach you? Can your friend tell you what to do? He be like, JJ, you don't know nothing. I'm Brian James. You JJ Redick. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, just think about Luka and Jason Kidd, or Kyrie, Jason Kidd. I'm pretty sure they're very close friends.
But not to this extent right here.
Yeah, to this extent. But
you see that podcast?
Yeah, but if it's
They be
If
juggling
we
each other, man.
So that's the point of the podcast. That's what I was trying to tell y'all before, to make sure they are on the same page with sets, plays, spacing, concepts, everything. Everything they talk about on that podcast, I guarantee they're going to run because that they agree on that so much and they love that system stuff. And JJ Redick, let's face it. Y'all know how much I hate Coach K, but he's still a good damn coach. He still knows the game of basketball. And JJ Redick came up 4 years in that, having to be that disciplined guy, having to be up under him, seeing the little stuff that he did, the little tweaks and stuff that he did during a game or something, and just other stuff that he saw in the NBA, putting his own little spin on it because he's not a dumb guy. He's a very smart basketball guy. So I don't see why it would be as bad as others. And Zen, is kind of tough to do the Ty Lue thing because Brian left for free agency because of all the other stuff. I think Ty Lue was still a good coach for him in that situation, but he did end up leaving him. You do got a point with that, but the other ones totally different. Ty Lue, I think him and Ty got like they were really really cool and a real good relationship, just like that. B, that I'm pretty sure they was real good friends.
But you saw it started to wear
Nah,
on
man.
Ty Lue by the end, man.
Right.
Ty
Oh, yeah,
Lue
it
had
did.
to step away
Exactly.
from the team on it because of his health. It was
Exactly.
weighing on him. And
Barack Obama
the,
with the gray
the
hair.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And so if it came down to it, could JJ Redick get on LeBron? Because
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
that's what I'm wondering myself. Or is he just gonna be his puppet?
A puppet. Right. And Brown ain't always white, right? I'm gonna say he ain't always right. He
Nah.
might make a bad call. Players do it all the time. Every call, you think it's gonna work, it didn't work. So who gets presidents? And he be like, I got you this damn job. Like he's like, but I'm the coach.
So if we really sit here and think about it, besides Pop and Tibbs and maybe I was just about to say his name, Indiana Pacers coach.
Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, those three. What other NBA coach is it that gets on their players like that? Those are the only ones because they are the only like old school cats that's still left. These new school guys really don't get on the players like that. So I don't see why
About
that's
y'all
like
boy.
even a thought.
Spo. Didn't Spo get on his players, y'all boy? Spostra.
I'll throw him
And
in
Brian
there.
didn't like that in the beginning. He didn't like that. Because they was beefing.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did. You know how I feel about. There's two things that I said Brian should have considered. Now, one, he should have stayed with Spo. We've had that conversation before. The other one, I think he went to the wrong LA team. I think he should have went to the Clippers because everything that LeBron wants, Steve Ballmer would do. He wants somebody that I understand it doesn't have the mystique the Lakers franchise has.
Right.
And that's what was the allure for him wanting to go to the Lakers. But I believe he should have went to the Clippers just simply because the things he wants, Steve Ballmer was gladly spend and go into the luxury tax, spend whatever it would take to get you whatever players you need, whatever trades. He'd been all for whatever it is that you wanted done with the Clippers. While you sitting over there at the mom and pops that's counting their pennies and trying not to avoid the luxury tax and all that other stuff, Steve Ballmer be like, yeah, great, man. I got this new stadium we about to build and open it up, and you gonna be the face of it. Yeah, no problem. Whatever you need, baby. And he's one of those free spenders like that. Basically they restructured the NBA salary cap and came up with new rules because of what he was willing to do and what the Golden State Warriors was willing to do. And so that everybody like, man, we can't spend like these two can spend. Like, so they done had to restructure it, and that's why they got this new tier of luxury tax, the repeater tax now, to where, man, to null and void you
get you
spending,
motherfuckers under
try to
control.
deter you. get you under control. And so, yeah, that's why I believe he should have went to the Clippers instead of the Lakers. But I get why he did that in the end for his legacy state purposes. But if he wanted the most control and to get, I believe, the results that he was looking for from LA, he should have did it with the Clippers. But that's neither here nor there. That was my little sidetrack. I gotta get us back on track real quick, and we'll get out of here on this. Kenny Atkinson, fellas, give me y'all quick thoughts on the hire that the Cavaliers. Is this the coach that's gonna take us to that next level that JB Bickerstaff wasn't able to get us to?
Man, you gave away a 2-time playoff coach for a guy who was 118 and 190 as the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, I mean, he is a assistant, sideline jockey with 2022 Warriors, sideline jockey. But hey, they say he can talk and connect with the players. I'm trying to be optimistic, man, but I like JB. So y'all got y'all wish. I'm curious to see what you got to say, because you was one of the main people talking about, get JB out of here. You see what they done brought in. So what you got to say, Coach E?
I think he's gonna be way better offensively, and that's what we was lacking at. He is gonna bring that Golden State spacing and everything that we need, and he's gonna get the personnel that we need in order to run that system, which means the fro and the dribble turnover point guard has to go. That's not what we need. We need more versatile guys, and those guys are not versatile because if we doing spacing, how is Jared Allen going to score? He can't
He can
create any.
shoot.
No, he can't. I'm not.
Oh my God. You
So you
forgot
gonna live
Allen
off
can
of
shoot.
you gonna live off of Jared Allen shooting jumpers? That's what you want as a Cavs
You,
fan?
you don't have to live,
Yes, you
quote
do,
unquote,
because
because
that's what they're
Allen
gonna.
can hit a 15-foot jumper easily.
Why
Look at
would
his free throw percentage.
a free throw and shooting a 15-foot jumper is totally
No,
different?
I mean, I know, but he actually can shoot. That's why I was like, why he stopped shooting? Well, JB, why you ain't telling him to shoot? Like, he can actually shoot. Allen can shoot.
I just don't agree with that at all. I've never seen Jared Allen just being out here
Oh
stroking these
man,
jumpers like you saying that he do. And I don't want Jared Allen shooting no damn jumpers. I don't want Jared Allen to do nothing but rebound and kick it back out or possibly put it back up if you that close up under the hoop. Anything outside of 10 feet, Jared Allen, I don't want you doing nothing with it because the NBA is not for you anymore, sir. Everybody creates their own shots. Everybody plays in space and everybody looks for mismatches. So he is going to be the mismatch. He's going to have to check a perimeter guy constantly, all the time. A perimeter guy like, hey, let's say, just for instance, Karl Anthony Towns or Porzingis or just guys like that, man. He can't guard those guys. And that's what the NBA is now. He's a dinosaur. His time is just about to be over. And Darius Garland, like I said, he's a bad point guard. So if you get those two out of there, get some more reliable guys in here, possible vets. Well, clearly they have to be vets because there's no rookies or nothing coming in here that's going to make a difference on any team. You just got to get the right personnel to run the system that I think he's going to run, which originate from the Golden State shit.
well, let's see, because Golden State, they had a couple bigs too. They had what, Mooney or Looney, whatever his name, and they had a couple bigs that was worthless. So, and then they had Draymond Green. So they definitely had bigs, but Jared Allen could play, and you definitely don't want Mobley with the 5 duty. That's as bad as Anthony Davis at the 5, maybe even worse, because Mobley is less versatile than Anthony Davis. So, and clearly to me, when he had the 5, he's a liability.
Atkinson is going to develop him as a 5 because he needs to be a 5. He's not a 4. He needs to be a 5 because that's going to help with the lineup that we need.
Okay.
Who at your 4?
Figure that out. You get the personnel in here. That's his job. Personnel for his system.
Man. All right, man. Alan, come on and stay. Come on and stay, Alan.
All right, fellas. I hear that sound. So you know what that means. Good pod, good pod. All right, fellas. Good stuff, good stuff. Hey, Coach E.
Yes, Airzian.
You got a post-game word for the people.
Yes, I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around, taking E, all eyes on me. Today's word is just do what you got to do. Do what you got to do to go to the next level and do it well. Don't worry about the he say, she say, what you didn't do before and what's possibly coming on in the future. Live in the moment and do what you have to do to make sure your job gets done. You are the sole proprietor of your future. You are the sole proprietor of your success. So do what you got to do.
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
It sounds so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, now that I'm done with my weightlifting set and I'm done putting Byron in his place with all this debating, I won. With that being said, we'll see you next week.
Break.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.